You know, there is some academic research in Haifa University. One academic, Professor Arnon Sofer. Sofer in Hebrew is accounting. His name is accounting, and he is accounting us day by day. You know, suppose that in France there is a university or there is a political party counting Jewish citizens day by day, saying that they are a threat, or here in the States. This is a racist argument. We are not there as a threat. We are there as human beings and citizens who are demanding to be equal inside Israel and free in the occupied Palestinian territories. But, as I said, if Benjamin Netanyahu and the government of Israel is not going to two-state solution, the second choice will be one democratic state solution based on democratic consideration, and then one man, one vote. The president can be or Jewish or Arab, the prime minister or Jews and Arabs, but it is a nightmare for Israelis, and they should choose, because two-state solution became not only a self-determination right of the Palestinian, but I think an interest for Israel to continue being a state in the Middle East. If this occupation will continue, the instability from one hand and the democratic consideration will prevail, and nobody will know what will be the result, because the international community will not accept deepening of the apartheid, putting aside two-state solution and one-state solution, and keeping the status quo as by all the government of Israel.
Did you have a hearing with the president?
No.
Michael Lane.
Michael Lame, Rethink the Middle East. In Israel, one of the most important institutions is the Israel Defense Forces. And there are some Bedouin and there are some Druze who serve in the military there. And being in the military opens up a lot of economic opportunities after service in the military. So you say you want equality. Do you support and do you advocate the integration of the Israeli Defense Forces so that Arabs, like Jews, are drafted into the military?
Okay. I am supporting full civic partnership and integration. I said civic, not security and not military, because no, I do not agree. I do not support serving in the Israeli army. I cannot call for my people to serve in the occupation army, who is fighting against my nation, my people. But also the state of Israel was aware of that complexity in late in 1959. They issued an order by the defense minister that Arabs are free of serving in the army, are not obliged. But I want to tackle what you said. You said if you are serving in the army, you will have much more rights. I will tell that according to democratic values, there is no relation between rights and duties in any democratic state. If you have rights, the state should give you your rights. You are not supposed to serve in the army in France or even in Israel in order to have the same allocation of money, to have schools, infrastructure. But this argument that you said, sir, is being used against us, that you don't serve in the army. I will tell you that, yes, they are part of Bedouins and Druze who are serving in the army. Their situation is worse than my situation. Okay? In my situation. Those Bedouins soldiers, they are serving in the army, and in the weekend, after 1 or 2 months, they are coming back to their village, which is unrecognized village, only in Israel there is a term called unrecognized villages. What is unrecognized villages? Those Bedouins who are living in the Negev desert in the south of Israel, who were there before the state of Israel was constructed in 1948. Israel came to us, and they said, we do not recognize your villages. That's to say, we do not give you infrastructure, education, schools, clinics, because you are not recognized by the state. Why they are not recognized? Because Israel is willing to have them removed and to be concentrated in one town, and to have their lands confiscated for the sake of the Jewish citizens in the south. Those soldiers are serving in the army, and when they are back, their tents and their houses are being demolished by the Home Ministry and by the Interior Ministry of the State of Israel, because they have no permission to build a new room in that area, because it is not recognized by the State of Israel.
We'll take a group of questions. Ralph, the gentleman in the first row, and Ambassador Murphy. Ralph?
Ralph Krauss, member of the United Nations Association National Capital Area. Could you describe what you believe should be the nature of the two-state solution? What boundaries, what sovereignty? And if there were a two-state solution established, might this be conceived as a form of segregation? It's similar to the way that Malthusian states were set up in South Africa.
Mm-hmm. When I am saying about two-state solution, I am talking about independent, sovereign Palestinian state on 1967 borders. No one settler is allowed to be a settler inside Palestine. No one settler. Jews are allowed to be there as citizens of the state of Palestine. If they are willing, they will appeal to the Interior Ministry of the Palestinian government. And as citizens, yes. As settlers, no. No one Israeli soldier should be there in the Jordan Valley borders, because it automatically vanish the value of sovereignty and independence. Talking about segregation, I am talking about independent Palestinian state in 1967. That's to say, Israel as a state has its citizens. All should be equal without segregation inside the state. Avigdor Lieberman is saying that if there will be two-state solution with a dwarf Palestinian entity, those Palestinian citizens of the State of Israel should be removed to the Palestinian entity, or their citizenship should be revoked and sent to there. This is not democracy. I do treat and deal with my citizenship in a very serious way. I want to struggle in order to be equal citizen. Once those rightists were afraid of my national aspect, now they are afraid of my citizenship. Once they said, you should not tell that you are Palestinian. Now they are saying that you should not be a citizen in the future. They don't want me to be Palestinian, and then don't want me to be a citizen. What should I be? Usually the answer is, this is I am. I am Ahmed, I am Palestinian, I am Arab, and I am very, very much proud of my identity.